Hi Sagittarius, my name is Shanel and this is Divine Resolution Tarot. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. I am the resident tarot reader for this channel as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, all of the information is in the description box down below. This is going to be your general reading for August, and it's going to look at the overall energies of what's coming towards you this month, the most important thing that Spirit wants you to know, and a little bit about what the advice is for it, okay? While I'm shuffling here, if anything falls out, we're going to take a look at it because that's Spirit's way of telling me any information I need to know about the situation. Also, I'd like to thank all of my returning subscribers, new subscribers, and anyone who took the time to view my channel as well as schedule a personal reading with me last month. It was really a pleasure to be able to work with you, and I look forward to doing so again. So the first card, it came out as the Lovers. Oh, we got quite a few coming out. I'm going to give it one more shuffle too, but we have the Lovers in the upright with the King of Cups in the reverse and the Magician. So we're going to take one more. We'll do one more shuffle to see what is going on for Sagittarius for the month of August. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So things are taking a turn, but it doesn't feel like it's for the better, Sagittarius. Now, this can be for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This could also be for anyone who's watching for Sagittarius. The energy can flip-flop, so take it how it resonates, okay? Let me just take a quick look here, and I will see what I see, and then I will let you know. So this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is showing me that there's a cycle that's not coming to an end, okay? There might be a new opportunity with this Ace of Wands, but it's not going to give you the result that you want, okay, with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. It could be a new opportunity to continue the same cycle because it's showing me that things aren't changing, okay? Lovers in the upright, there could be some sort of reconciliation or a decision that needs to be made. And the King of Cups in the reverse, he's here looking at this particular card, okay? So with the 6, it's like the restoration after the conflict of the 5. It's kind of like that opportunity for things to really calm down in your life. But I'm very curious to know why the 6 is here if this Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, okay? King of Cups in the reverse is very much that manipulative energy of being very emotionally manipulative, but the King of Cups also kind of like goes wherever to get that emotional gratification. He's actually quite good at taking advantage of people, or she. This can go either way. So this person, they know what to say, okay? They know what to do to make you feel very loved, when in reality, they just want what they want, okay? They want that fulfillment for that time being, all right? And with this King of Cups in the reverse, looking at this situation here of the Lovers, it's making me feel like a few things. So somebody hasn't moved on, okay, because rather than looking at a new opportunity here with the Magician and being able to like manifest something different, it's showing me that this King of Cups is actually in the reverse because he's looking at this situation from the past, okay? Which makes sense because we have the Death in the reverse and the 7 of Wands. So that's fighting very much for something to not end, okay? The hard part about Death in the reverse, though, is that as scary as this card can look or even seem or feel, death is a transformation that allows things that are old and no longer useful to be cut away so that something new can come, okay? I'm just trying to see if I see anything else. We've got this 13 here. So we have the 3 for the plans and the 10 for the ending. And then that's the 4. So something ended because it lacked stability. But now with the 7, 7s talk about options. But they also are kind of this energy of like coming out of that peace of mind that you had with the 6 and then realizing that something is missing almost. So you're trying to decide what it is that you want, okay? And so with this 7 of Wands in the upright, this is like trying to kind of fight for whatever your passion is. You're fighting for your victory. You could be feeling very defensive about this particular situation. It could be that you're going back to something that has brought you a lot of misfortune, or you're trying to manifest this this opportunity to go back to whatever this is, and feeling defensive about people telling you that this isn't the opportunity for you, okay? Let's get into your shuffle, and I will pull your cards and tell you what I see. We've got Judgment here. So we have the 10 and then the double 10. So it looks like there's been three endings in your life, or there will be 3 things that come to an end, or something that ends 3 times. And being the 3, wow, this guy wants to come out bad. So Ace of Wands, we'll talk about that while I'm shuffling 3 more times. This is like that opportunity that was really passionate, but never really got off the ground, okay? Maybe that's what you're fighting for. Yeah, because it's like whatever this bad luck is that's been happening, or this change that isn't happening, it's got you feeling so much grief, okay? 3s talk about 3 people. It can talk about progression, but in the reverse, it can talk about stagnant energy. And with those 3 cups being knocked over, that's making me feel very much like there's not a whole lot of movement outside of you wanting to return to something that was an opportunity that got missed, okay? So let's cut the deck. And then I'm going to pull the cards and I will tell you what I see. Yeah. Oh. Well. All right. Reverse star for the bottom of the deck. That's the partnership, the conflict, the ending, right? It's also the 8 when you add all of these. So it's the ending of a cycle, but it's you trying to heal, okay? And you're having trouble healing from whatever the situation is. And that could be why you're trying to return. Star in the reverse also talks about closing in the distance between you and someone else or a particular situation, okay? And we have the Emperor here, who kind of poked out when I put the deck down. So you could be trying very hard to take control of this situation, as evidenced by that 7 of Wands, where that man is like really fighting for what he wants. He's fighting the change of death that comes in for that transformation. It could be that this is something that you're not ready to move past, okay? You're in conflict with yourself about how to do it. You may be really focused on your stability as well. Whatever the situation was may have had you take a look at what you're manifesting, or what in your life is not built on stable ground, okay? So the situation is the Eight of Cups, which is either Sagittarius or someone around Sagittarius walking away, okay? They're walking away from something that just, it's not fulfilling. It's, I mean, this guy put a lot of time and energy into collecting these cups, right? And at one time, I'm sure they were very important to him. But now with this wand, he's realizing that his passion lies elsewhere and that something's missing. And it really is that one cup that will bring him to that Nine of Cups, his wish, right? The one cup also symbolizes that opportunity for real and true love, okay? So he's going to venture off to find that. And he's looking at the moon here and he doesn't know, because the moon talks about that confusion, but it also talks about emotion. So he may have to be doing a lot of like inner self work and kind of plumbing the depths of his own unknown to be able to find that one cup, okay? Now that could refer to self-love, or that could refer to true love, or just that new opportunity. But the situation is that Sagittarius or someone around Sagittarius is willing to take that risk to go find what they want, you know? Eights talk about cycles, but eights also talk about power. And so this person is taking their power back so that they can find their happiness. All right. Let's get a clarifier. Okay. We've got the Tower, the Ace of Swords. So there was something, in the Nine of Cups, that's exactly what I was talking about. There's something that, even though that death is in the reverse, right? Sagittarius was holding on and defending and fighting, right? This Tower came in because the universe takes from you what doesn't serve you. You have an opportunity to cut things away when they're not in alignment with you. If you continue to hold on to those things, the universe will take them for you, simply because with that Emperor energy, that stability, you can't have stability on something that's shaky, you know, and that's very much what this Tower is talking about. Whatever you didn't cut away, the universe is now cutting away for you, okay? We have this Nine of Cups, which is exactly what I was saying, where this guy is going off to find his last cup so that he can get his wish, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse that was at the bottom of the deck, it could be that this karmic cycle of whatever it is that you've been going around and around in that seems like it'll never end, the universe is trying to come in and change that, you know, that the karma can be over if you just walk away from whatever this is, right? You can find that cup, you can find that happiness, everything will change, okay? The universe is giving you an opportunity to move on to things that better serve you and that are more in alignment with you and your happiness. It's almost like you've leveled up, you know, but you're trying to stay in the same situations that are keeping you small and trapped. And there's no room for expansion, because this Emperor here talks about expansion. It's not just manifestation. It's also having the room to really implement the things that you're manifesting, right? So the universe is giving you an opportunity to build something new and something better, okay? What the situation looks like to you is the Three of Cups. So Three of Cups, yeah, see, after a lot of deception, somebody wants to come back. So you may have a choice to make, because with that Three of Cups energy, like I was going to say, that oftentimes talks about an affair, okay? Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to shuffle here. So what it looks like is that three is a crowd, right? There's too much partying going on, too many people involved. It could look like an opportunity to celebrate, I suppose, depending on your point of view. Eight of Cups energy is hard because you're leaving things that you've loved and that you've worked for and that you've taken care of. But at the same time, you're also reclaiming your power, okay? So, Three of Cups, Six of Wands in the reverse, the Magician in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the upright, Four of Pentacles poking out there. Yeah, something has come to light. We've got the Six of Wands in the reverse. So it's like whatever the situation is, and it could involve multiple people. It could be family. It could be friends. Three of Cups talks about people very close to you. You're now seeing the truth, which is this Ace of Swords here, about people that you really used to celebrate and put on a pedestal, right? You're seeing the truth about their manipulation. We have the Lovers poking out. So with this Three of Cups, this looks like an affair, you know. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, a broken commitment. You're getting information about that particular commitment, that unhappy home. And you're letting go, okay? So that's what it looks like to you. Let's talk about what it feels like. What it feels like is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords in this deck is really interesting because even though this is in the upright, the sword is in the reverse, right? So what it feels like is that you were deceived. And to me, because Ace of Swords does talk about the truth, it could be that it took a long time to come to the truth about a particular situation and that there was deception for quite a while. Ace of Swords is also that clarity, okay? So if you're getting back to the Ace, that means you're coming out of that Ten of Swords energy of betrayal or feeling very backstabbed. With the Ace showing up in the reverse on this card, that's making me feel like there's some self-deception. So you may feel as though you've been deceiving yourself. And that makes sense with the Eight of Cups because you're coming to the realization that it's time to walk away from something, okay? Let's get a clarifier for the Ace of Swords. Page of Cups in the reverse. Hanged Man, Queen of Wands in the reverse. All right, so this could be your energy, Sagittarius, with Queen of Wands because that is a fire sign. It could be that with this self-deception, you feel as though you've betrayed yourself. You know, with the Six of Wands, it came out where you're like really kind of putting a lot into someone, or you're putting them on this pedestal and now you're coming to light about them. You could feel that you've hung around in a situation too long that kind of knocked you out of alignment with yourself, okay? This also could feel like you betrayed someone else. Queen of Wands in the reverse is my other woman card. So if there was like this Three is a crowd situation, you know, you could be coming to light about the fact that there was some betrayal on your end. Page of Cups in the reverse. This card can talk about offering forgiveness or an apology. When it's in the reverse, it's usually something that either it's kind of like this lukewarm or really crappy apology, or it's super suspect. Like it's like, sorry, not sorry, or sorry, but I'm not changing what I'm doing, so am I sorry? Like, you know, it's not really a real heartfelt apology. Like it's like we just kind of say these words because we've learned that they make things better, but the actions aren't there. There isn't that follow through, okay? Page of Cups in the reverse also is very much the energy of like a teenager who is kind of immature and they maybe discover like sex for the first time and they're like, oh my God, I'm doing this with everybody. I love the way this feels to be loved by people, to be, you know, important. Like it's just kind of that I'm so in love with the idea of being in love that it doesn't matter who I'm with as long as I feel like I'm being validated, okay? Six of Cups in the reverse. So you could have come to light about betrayal because this not only is my card of the other woman, but this is kind of my promiscuous woman card, okay? You could be leaving a situation from when you were a child. You know, people outgrow one another, and that's kind of what this is looking like. With this Page of Cups in the reverse, it's like in the upright, eventually he will become a knight. And then, you know, we progress to like the Queen and the King and the adults. In the reverse, it's just kind of staying in this very childish energy. And then we have this Hermit here who's walking away because he's older, he's wiser, he's not dealing with these games, right? The children are playing. So there's this energy of someone who's very, they're very much self-aware. They're aware of what they need. They're not willing to stay in a situation that seems very childish, even if it's something that was from their past, okay? This is kind of coming to the realization that someone you thought of as a soulmate, because this is often the card of soulmates, is not, you know. With this Three of Wands coming out in the reverse, it's showing me that plans have changed. You've been waiting a very long time for something that's not coming, right? And so now with this Hanged Man in the reverse, especially combined with this like Truth sword, you're cutting yourself out of this energy of being hung from a tree, right? You're cutting yourself out of this period of suspension where you're just waiting around. Like this guy here who's just waiting for his ships to come in. The Devil is in the reverse. You're freeing yourself from these chains, okay? And that's great because last month, Sagittarius, your reading was talking very much about releasing toxicity in your life. And it's looking like either the universe has come in and done it for you, and now you're coming to light that you need to figure out what you want, or you've begun the process of separating yourself with this Ace of Swords right in the middle from things that don't serve you anymore, okay? So what you'll want to do, we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. This card talks about an apology, okay? So there's someone that you'll want to apologize to, or you will want an apology from someone else, all right? Give me a clarifier. Cards. It's just so funny when they clarify themselves with themselves. All right, the Tower. The Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, this is kind of that energy of that self-deception I was talking about. Because it's like whatever this Tower moment represents, it could represent an idea, it could represent an event, it could represent a person, it could represent anything that influenced this massive change in your life, right? So everybody in these cards is looking at this Tower. I mean, everybody in all three of these cards has picked up all their stuff and they're moving into this crumbling tower because they're not moving on. Okay, Chariot in the reverse. So this could either talk about moving back towards destruction, you know, trying to, like I said, that Death in the reverse, trying to breathe life into something that needs to be let go of. Or it can talk about, this is just, when the Seven of Swords in the reverse clarifies the Seven of Swords in the upright, that's just so interesting to me because it's like there's been so much deception in this situation. There's been like this Five of Swords. It's not only like conflict, but it's almost like karma. You know what I mean? With the wheel, it's like karma is finally over. Like there was a karmic imbalance. There was something that was done to one person. And then, you know, the wheel turned and now the karmic balance has been restored. You know, somebody did something kind of shady. So someone else went out and did something kind of shady, right? And all the while, it's like There's this broken promise down here, okay? What you'll want to do is apologize. You want to apologize to somebody. You probably have done something to someone, and then someone has probably done something to you with this Wheel of Fortune going back and forth, right? It's kind of this tit for tat energy. Spirit wants you to see the situation for what it is. With the Six of Cups in the reverse, the people involved in this situation aren't growing up. They're not changing, okay? You stay in this situation, you will not grow. You will not change, all right? You're not trusting your instincts. And you're living your life in this state of constant regret, because Six of Cups talks about regret. And I feel like if you're always giving so much of your emotional vibration and your thoughts to regret, you're going to keep manifesting that back into your life. Something else that I was looking at that's interesting here is, you know, this guy has his 8 cups. Universe wants you to subtract 6 of those cups, right? Well, when you have the 8 and you take away the 6, that's the 2 of cups, which talks about finding your true love, okay? And that's what this guy is on a hunt for, right? So what the universe wants you to do is to cut out of your life these old things from childhood that don't serve you. And once you subtract this 6 from this 8, all that's left is the 2, which is that that blending, that perfect relationship, right? The 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords that are coming out, that's a very lower vibrational energy, okay? That's conflict, that's options, it's treating people like options, it's being treated like an option, it's pettiness, you know? I like the 5s very little. I like them even less when they come up as swords, because it's a very deceptive energy, okay? It's a very selfish energy. Give me a card for the 6 of Cups, please. Yeah. 8 of Swords in the upright. Death in the reverse. Anything else? No. Bottom of the deck. All right. There it is, Sagittarius. Because of these regrets, because you feel the need to apologize, because of that cycle of I do this to you, so you do this to me, and we're just going to go back and forth and back and forth, you're stuck, okay? This never comes to an end, right? You just keep going back and forth, coming back, you know, moving back to this regret, moving back to this misery, being trapped. It never ends. The universe is giving you an opportunity to free yourself. Strength in the reverse, giving you the opportunity to let go. Strength in the reverse also talks about not accepting an apology, not giving an apology, moving on, right? Energies that could help. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. You coming out of conflict will be helpful. This particular deck, the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, makes me feel like these people leave the church, okay? So this is you leaving a situation that's not fruitful, okay? We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords. The truth of the matter is that whoever this is that you're dealing with, you know, and take it how it resonates. It could be you, or it could be the person you're dealing with. They only care about what's best for themselves. Okay? They're holding these 2 swords upright, which talk about indecision. So everywhere they go, they create indecision. This sword in the reverse, it talks about deception. You know, and then this is that energy of I don't care who I hurt. I don't care what I do. I just want what I want. And that's the truth of the matter, okay? So what's going to help you is to not go back to a situation that, you know, maybe it will feel like a missed opportunity if you do this Eight of Cups and you walk away, you know. But this Ace of Wands, not only is it kind of that missed opportunity, but this is very selfish. This is the card of like not knowing who you are, and being very selfish with the way you conduct yourself physically, okay? So that's kind of that energy of like promiscuity or going back and forth. Empress in the reverse. This can't ever grow. This isn't going to change into anything fertile or I mean, it's like planting seeds that never sprout, okay? Not only that, but Empress is an emotional being. She listens to her intuition. She follows her heart, her emotions, you know? In the reverse, it's like you're not doing that, you know? You're not recognizing that this is unfulfilling and that this is something that it will never grow. It will never get off the ground. Okay? We literally have the Ace of Wands, which is the phallic symbol, and it represents the masculine. We have the Empress, who is supposed to be like the pregnant woman, right? In the reverse, this is like, there's no fertility here, okay? That's literally what this is showing me. Because you've come to clarity about the situation. It's just this really petty, dramatic energy. What will help you is not returning to this, okay? Something that you should consider is the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. This talks about learning something new. It talks about doing something new. To me, this card talks a lot about investment, okay? This is, where do you invest your time? Do you have something to show for everything that you put into a situation? You know, are you reaping the benefits of giving your attention to something? Well, something to consider. We have drama, conflict, and not ever getting back what you put into a specific situation with the Three of Wands in the reverse. Just waiting for something that's never going to come, right? Hierophant, which is talking about that broken commitment. It's talking about the dissolution of a partnership. And then Ace of Pentacles. So something to consider is to invest your time very wisely into something that's not confusion and delay. Like, this is literally what it is. Okay? Like, whatever this commitment is, it needs to be undone so that you can have something that's stable and steady. Because the universe is trying to come in with this golden ticket, this golden opportunity for you. You just have to take it. See? Ace of Swords. You're being provided with the clarity to move forward, to take that opportunity. You just need to block the things out of your life that don't serve you and let go of the toxicity, okay? Queen of Cups here. You know, I was going to pull a clarifier for the Queen of Cups, but just now when I set her on top of that Ace of Cups, that is very much what we were talking about, right? That's that one cup that this guy is in search of. She has it, and she's extending it to him. So if you can do the things that we talked about, focus your intention, focus on what are you really investing in, releasing the things that don't work. That one cup is waiting for you. Someone does have it for you. But it's only after you get out of the toxicity that you're in, cut out the things that don't serve you. Okay? And if you're vibrating in a negative space, It could even be that whoever this person is blocked you or cut you out, you know, because Queen of Cups, she's very emotionally balanced. With these energies here, this is chaos, okay? All right, energies that can hurt you, Hermit in the reverse. Hermit in the reverse talks very much about trusting yourself when it's in the upright. So in the reverse, it talks about not trusting yourself, not listening to your own advice, listening to bad advice. That may be why that Seven of Wands came up, you being very defensive because you are trying to return to a situation that needs to end, okay? We have ending an opportunity here, right? Nines talk about integration. Do not come out of your solitude, okay, and try to reintegrate whatever this toxicity is back into your life. That will hurt you, okay? Hermit in the reverse is a foolish man because he has all of the wisdom in the world, but he chooses not to rely on it, right? Hermit in the reverse, instead of him being like that old wizard that has like all this unlimited knowledge, like, you know, the Dumbledore of life, he's like the rambling, crazy old drunk man, right? Who just gave up on life. You know, he's not doing anything but being Seven of Wands. That's exactly what I was saying. Don't get into this energy of being defensive. You know, when people tell you, hey, that sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard, why are you going back to Justice in the reverse, right? Opportunity ending. It ended for a reason. Don't view this as a decision. The decision has been made. The universe has come in, it cleaned house. Time to walk away from this. Let go of the regret. Take the Six of Cups out. Find your happy place with someone else. You know, that Seven of Wands. I literally was just talking about that. Don't go back to disappointment. High Priestess talks about trusting your intuition. You know what I mean? Don't defend an opportunity that's not an opportunity. Don't invest in something that isn't fruitful. That will hurt you every time if you keep going back to unfair situations, okay? Whether you feel like there's some karma that needs to be rebalanced, the universe is trying to tell you it's already been balanced. There's not anything left to do but to rebuild because that tower came in and knocked everything down, right? Everything that doesn't serve you. All right, give me two because that's a lot going on for Sagittarius. Very nice. We have self-respect. Respect yourself. You're the best judge of what's right. And you know, that very much is what it is. You know, everything that's been taken from you, it looked like a lot of lower vibrational energy. When you respect yourself, when you love yourself, you're not going to keep going back to things that are not good for you, okay? You're going to know that you deserve more. We have progress. Charge forward and be willing to make mistakes. It's time to harness the energy of the Eight of Cups, that man walking away from what doesn't serve him anymore. It's time to make progress in your life. There's been a lot of stagnant energy. There's been a lot of not movement. We have the Chariot that came out in the reverse. It's time to leave what's old and find something new, okay? Universe wants you to know now is the time to charge forward, okay? And do it from a place of self-respect. Don't keep holding on to things that are not in alignment with your best self, right? You being the best judge of what's right for you. That's very much that hermit energy, trusting your intuition based on your experiences, and really knowing what the best thing to do is based on what you've seen and where you've been, okay? All right, Sagittarius, this has been your reading for the month of August. If you like, feel free to like, comment if you wish. Subscriptions are lovely and I appreciate them. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, everything is down below. I will see you soon. Bye.